Good morning, dear students. I think it's the introductory portion of pharmacology class. So, first we go to this. What is pharmacology? Actually, this derived from the Greek word pharmakon means drug, logos a study. So, pharmacology is the study of science of drugs. Here we are studying about the different classes of drugs, their uses, adverse effects, what are their contraindications. All this the study of science of drugs. That is pharmacology. The important terms in pharmacology, that is pharmacokinetics. Pharmacokinetics, that is the study of absorption, distribution, metabolism and excretion of drugs. So we simply say that is the ADME studies of drugs. So that means is the kinase is a word that means movement, drug movement. What the body does the drug. When drug is administered, this enters in our body. This undergoes mainly 4 steps: drug absorption, drug distribution, drug metabolism and finally excretion. So these are we called as pharmacokinetics of a drug. Next is pharmacodynamics. That means is the study of the effects of the drugs on the body and their mechanism of action. That is what the drug does to the body. If a drug is administered, what the reaction occurs in our body. That is what the drug does to the body. That is pharmacodynamics of a drug. Next term is pharmacoeconomics. Pharmacoeconomics, this deals with the cost. If you know that drugs are available in different brands and their costs are different. Some of them are cheaper, some are very costly. So this pharmacogenomics, that is the economic aspects of drugs used therapeutically. Pharmacoepidemiology is the study of both the useful and adverse drug effects of drugs on large number of peoples. That is pharmacoepidemiology. This is useful for the find out the adverse events of drugs. Another important term that we are usually seeing in this pharmacology, therapeutic effects of a drug. What mean by therapeutic effects? Therapeutics that deals with the use of drugs in the prevention and treatment of disease. Next we come to this routes of drug administrations. We know these drugs are available in different forms, solids like tablets, capsules and injection forms, inhalation, topical. All these forms are administrated ways, routes of drug administration. So broadly is categorized as enteral and parenteral route. Enteral route is subcategorized as oral, sublingual and rectal. Parenteral route is categorized as injections, inhalations and topical. These are the broad categories. Are administered in different ways: oral, inhalations, intravenous. This is the main category: enteral, parenteral, inhalation and topical. Enteral drug administration is the Greek word entros, that is something related to intestine. Is the feeding or drug administration by the injection process of a gastrointestinal tract. Parenteral dosage form, these are intended for administration as an injection or infusion. Inhalation route, that means the flow of air into an organism. It is a vital process for all human life. So this enteral route is categorized as oral, sublingual and rectal. Parenteral route is categorized as intravenous, intramuscular, intraperitoneal, intrathecal, intramedullary, intraarterial, intraarticular, subcutaneous, inhalation and retrobular. All this comes under this parenteral routes. Next category is topical route: transdermal, conjunctival, vaginal, urethral, injection or rubbing. First we got this enteral route as oral route, site of drug administration through mouth. It's the oldest and the safest method. Advantages is the safest, most convenient, most economical and self-administration is also possible. Disadvantages: one set of action is slow. Thus, irritant drugs cannot be administered, and irritations of GIT causes GI symptoms like nausea, vomiting, and drug absorption is very slow. That is the another major disadvantages of oral route. Oral preparations cannot be given to the unconscious and uncooperative patients. Some drugs may be destroyed by gastric juice, example insulin. Next come to this sublingual route. Main advantages: rapid onset of action. Drugs can be spitted out if side effects are observed. Example nitroglycerin, nifedipine. These are some examples of sublingual route. Sublingual, that is, drugs are administered beneath the tongue. Sublingual. Disadvantages of sublingual route: distasteful and irritant drugs cannot be given. Drugs of higher molecular weights are not well absorbed. Next come to this rectal route. Main advantages is useful for patients having nausea, vomiting. Useful for gastric irritant drugs. Main disadvantages of rectal route: there is a chance of rectal inflammations, absorption is unreliable, inconvenient. Example glycerin suppositories, aminophylline like bronchodilation, indomethacin, that is anti-inflammatory. Next come to this parenteral route. Parenteral, that is beyond the intestine. Drug administration other than intestine is parenteral. The administration of drugs by injection directly into the tissue fluid or blood without having to cross the intestinal mucosa. Advantages of parenteral route: rapid action of drugs. Drugs can be employed in unconscious, uncooperative patients. Drugs which are modified by alimentary juices and liver can be given by this route. Drugs which are not absorbed in small intestine or irritate the stomach, this can be administered by this route. Main disadvantages: less safe and more expensive. Inconvenient, as it causes some painful. Self-medication is difficult. Chance of local injury at site of injection. These are the main disadvantages. Next come to this intradermal route. Drugs are injected into the layers of the skin, raising a bulb. Mostly vaccine administrations are possible in intradermal route. Example BCG vaccine, smallpox vaccine. Subcutaneous injection: drug is deposited in the subcutaneous tissues. It is reliable and patients can be trained for self-administration. Absorption is slow, largely uniform, and making the drug long-acting. Main drawback is small amount of drugs, only 2 ml may be injected. Repeated injection at the same site can cause lipotropy, this resulting in erratic absorptions. Examples insulin and heparin. Next is these are the main different forms of subcutaneous route: dermojet, pellet implantation and slastic implantation. First one is dermojet. This is using a gun-like instrument with a microfine orifice. The drug solution is projected with a high velocity jet, and this method is considered as needleless and painless method because needle is not required in this administration. This administration is suitable for vaccines. Second one is pellet implantation. Here the small pellets packed with drugs are implanted subcutaneously. A drug is slowly released for weeks or months to provide constant blood levels. Example testosterone. Slastic implants: here drug is packed in slastic tube and implanted subcutaneously. Drugs gets absorbed over months to provide constant blood levels. Examples hormones and contraceptives are administered through this way. Next is intramuscular route. Here drugs are injected into large skeletal muscles. Advantages: intramuscular absorption is reliable, absorption is rapid, soluble substance. All types of forms of preparations can be injected. If this irritant, depot, suspensions, colloids, all these forms can be injected. Example lignocaine, diazepam, digoxin and penicillin. Main disadvantages: intramuscular injections may be painful and may result in abscessia. Nerve injury should be avoided. Irritant solutions can damage the nerve if injected near a nerve. Intravenous route main advantages is considered as emergency route because it shows the 100% of bioavailability. Large volume of solutions can be given by this route. Avoids destruction of drugs by gastric and intestinal juices. Avoids destruction by liver enzymes. Example, diazepam and antibiotics. Most of antibiotics can be administered intravenously or intramuscularly. Main disadvantages of intramuscular injection: this may be painful, may even result in an abscessia. Nerve injury should be avoided. Irritant solutions can damage the nerve if injected near a nerve. Once injected, drug cannot be withdrawn. If injected too fast, there may be sudden fall in BP. Only aqueous solutions can be given IV, but not suspensions, oily solutions and depot preparations. Self-medications is very difficult. Next route is intraperitoneal route. This route is routinely used to anesthetize animals for experimental use. Fluids are injected intraperitoneally in infants. Example, glucose, saline. Care should be taken to avoid accidental injection into bowel lumen and vessels. Is intrathecal. Here the drugs are administered in subarachnoid space of spinal cord. Drugs usually injected by these routes are local anesthetics for spinal anesthesia, antibiotics, corticosteroids. Next is intra-articular. Here drugs are injected directly into joints. This route is mainly used for the treatment of arthritis and other disease of joints. Example, hydrocortisone acetate is mainly used for this rheumatoid arthritis. Intra-arterial, a drug is injected directly into artery. This route is dangerous and has a specific indication for diagnosis and treatment. Example, injections of certain anti-cancer drugs into the main feeding artery of the tumor. Intramedullary, here this injection into bone marrow, rarely recurred or used, no advantages over other routes, and this causes serious osteomyelitis. Next route is inhalation. Mostly volatile liquids and gases are given by inhalation route. Example, general anesthetics. Advantages: almost instantaneous absorption of drug is achieved because of large surface area of lungs. In pulmonary disease, it serves almost as a local route. Other advantages: hepatic first pass metabolism is avoided. Self-administration is also possible. Disadvantages: this continuous inhalation of irritant vapors, this ether vapors causes inflammation of respiratory tract and increases secretions. Example, salbutamol. These are some examples of routes. Drugs are penetrated into deeper tissues. Examples is intra-articular, intrathecal and retrobular injections. These are comes under the drugs injected into deeper tissues. Next come to this topical route: transdermal, conjunctival, vaginal, urethral and injection. Transdermal, mostly topically administered medicaments in the form of skin patch that deliver drugs for systemic effects at a predetermined and controlled manner. Here the drugs are administered through transdermal patches. In the first layer, the outermost layer is an impermeable membrane. This avoids the drug loss. Second layer is the medicinal reservoir. Here drug substances are inserted in medicinal reservoir. There is an adhesive layer. Actually these adhesive layers are contact with our skin. Through adhesive layer is a permeable membrane. Through adhesive layer, drugs are released through skin. It is available as an adhesive units to deliver drugs slowly through skin, producing prolonged systemic effect. Advantages of transdermal drug delivery: drugs with shorter half-lives, like nitroglycerin, can be administered, and drugs with narrow therapeutic indices can also be administered. Easy removal and termination of drug action. These are very helpful in case of drug toxicity. Problems with oral administrations like degradation, gastric irritation and first pass effects are also avoided. Main disadvantages of transdermal is the potent drugs are suitable. Drug dose is large, so large drug dose is required. Drug is sometimes skin sensitizing and irritating. Drugs has larger molecular size. This makes the absorptions difficult. And drug is metabolized in skin. Next come to this vaginal and urethral. This is the solutions, ointments, emulsions, tablets, suppositories, sulfur drugs, antifungal drugs. These are used locally, applications into vagina. Various drug solutions, penicillin shaped bogies are also available for urethral use. Thank you. Thank you so much for your patient listening. I'm also recently started one YouTube channel, this Easy Learning by Diana K. If you are interested, you go to there, and there's so many videos are uploaded, and recently I'm planning to upload videos with simple explanations. If you are interested, you go there, like, share and subscribe. Okay, thank you so much.